Hi. Today we are back, and we're back with another guest. This guest is special because you might think he looks a bit at home. It's because he is at home. He's my roommate. And I know what you're thinking at home. Rarely scraping the bottom of the barrel here, Sam. This is like when you faked an asthma attack. It still haunts me sometimes. But it's not really scraping the barrel or the bottom of the barrel, Clodog, because today's guest, apart from being my roommate, is a world-renowned editor, poet, and academic. He is, of course, Alex Murie. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Alex has been waiting for that moment. This is actually the third time that Alex has been on the podcast, but the first time you're even seeing him. Because the first time it was just audio. The second time...
Well, no, the first time he forgot about the podcast, woke up, showered, and then arrived at like 9 p.m. Arrived on Zoom, then didn't record his video. It was the worst podcast ever.
I did record, you just didn't use it.
No.
Because it was in 240p.
Yes. No, it's true. And it was like all freezy. And then... and then the second time, this was when Sam and Alex had just moved into this apartment. They both decided to record a podcast when they were very drunk.
We were
and
drunk.
that never saw the light of day. It was quite funny though.
No, thank God, that must never see the light of day.
Alex got so like catty. Like you'll get to know him over the course of the podcast, and he truly is a remarkable soul, a sweet soul. But claws were out. In that first thing, he had clapbacks, like, I don't know, they were pre-written.
Clapbacks I've been holding in for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's called a fart. Straight to fart jokes. I don't know. But Chloe's got some issues with Alex because he
leaves his washing everywhere.
Yo, do you see that side take from Alex? It's also not true. That's my washing.
That's true. That is true.
That is my washing. Aye.
And I leave cups with milk in it in the cupboard, so it's pretty much even.
But don't worry, Alex. Chloe's quite a jealous person. She's possessive. Are you a jealous person?
Well, I stole your high and I stole your outfit too.
Oh my word. Twinsies. No, you change.
No, you. I wore this yesterday, sorry.
I think that's the funniest thing about like guys when they rock up to a party and they dress the same. They're like, wow, that's so cool. Where did you get it? Girls, there'll be like a full fight. What do you say about that, Chloe?
Oh, 100%. I remember the one time that I showed up in this top from Woolies and I was trying to impress this guy and my friend purposely showed up in the exact same top.
You were trying to impress someone with a top from Woolies. Take us through that. What's that, Country Road?
It was a really nice top. It was blue and white striped. I thought I looked dashing. And then I was going to say her name, but she showed up in the same top as me because she knew I bought that top. But anyways.
Who did the guy choose?
Neither of us. There were lots of girls after him, so.
How very patriarchal. But
yeah.
Chloe, are you a jealous person?
No, Sam's a jealous person.
I'm not really jealous. The only person I'm jealous of is Pitbull's child, because I would love to have a real father, Mr. Worldwide. My dad's old and boring.
Does Pitbull actually have a son?
I don't know.
Too real.
And my dad's not old and boring. He's probably the most exciting person in the world.
That's true.
He also watches all of the podcasts and gives us great notes. Like he'll be like, too many farting jokes or not enough farting jokes. He's always complaining though.
Was that a farting joke?
That joke?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't about farting.
Come to Miami and lose your mind, darling.
There it is. There it is. Your show and tell, because we have to get straight into that. You're fingering your pockets, yuck.
I brought some Fisherman's Friend.
Oh, good. This is
Cherry flavored.
Cherry flavor.
I thought they only made peppermint. Very nice.
No. I haven't tried the black flavor yet.
Sugar free.
I didn't notice, but yeah. Would you like one?
I'll take one. Oh, it's already been
with your asthma.
It's already been opened.
I'm good, Alex. Thank you. No, I'm all right. Thank you.
Don't force sweets upon her, please. You're not that sort of individual.
It's not a sweet. It's a friend.
Fisherman's friend. Would you say a oh wow, mentally,
yeah.
a real asthma. Would you say a fundamentally working class delicacy?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
But anyways, Alex edits books. So how would you...
That's what you want to call them, yeah?
Yeah, but yeah. So describe your current genre to us.
Okay. There's two versions. The version I tell my mother and the version that's the actual truth.
Okay.
The version I tell my mother is I edit commercial fiction. The version that's the actual truth, is pornography. Erotica.
Hi, Alex's mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Wow. So you edit... No, but I've read one of these. Actually, I haven't.
Alex has read us one of these. He does it in a very lovely voice.
Yeah, bits and pieces.
Bedtime stories, yeah.
But it's not essentially pornography. It's more than that.
Yeah, there's stuff around the pornography, but really, the stuff that people highlight, that's the pornography.
Okay. Oh, so you can... Because it's like on...
On Kindle, yeah.
It's on Kindle and literally on Amazon Books and all those sort of online publications. You can see...
Yep, you can see what they highlight. They highlight jokes and sex scenes.
That actually sounds a lot like my life. I'm like, must use that joke, must try that in sex. Except I'm always too scared to.
Sometimes the wires get crossed.
I just don't know. I'm not flexible enough to do what I see on screen. I often think, one, this film is disgusting, and two, man, this guy's flexible.
Why are you tearing up?
He's just realizing what he can never be.
I think it's a combination of the lights, these sweeties, and just a heroin
When the
addiction.
upper class gets a little burn.
There we go. Alex will play Karl Marx. But so this online publishing world is very interesting. I mean, I truly mean that. I love when people add those sort of caveats. It's usually makes them sound more sarcastic. It's like, I really am interested in you. Okay.
But first time he's asking me about it.
That's a lie. How many units have you sold? What's your best-selling book at the moment?
A strong 30,000 units.
What?
At how?
Yep.
What's at a pop?
At $5.74, and Amazon's cut is about $2.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
So whoa.
King of the castle.
Wow.
Wow,
Almost $1 million rand.
we
Wait,
can
so-
start. Sorry, Chloe, the men are talking.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So 30,000 units of all books or one book?
No, that's one book. That's a book one.
And
of a
how many
series.
books do you publish a week? Or
Two a week.
2 a week?
Yep.
What's your average then?
Average is about 8,000 units.
Bruh.
My question is, why are we still shopping from Checkers money bags? Why can't we just... Actually, no, you do buy stuff from Woolworths and then I get angry with you.
Yeah, we don't put it on the grocery bill, so
Oh,
we're good.
that's good. That's good.
And then he gets upset about the ice cream that I buy for myself.
Guys. Let's...
But no, Alex is actually our relationship monitor.
Yeah.
So
Moderator.
moderator. So whenever we're having a fight, he comes in, he looks at facts, he sees who's been a bit emotional, who hit who where, any cuts, bruises, and then we go from there.
Whoever I like more in that moment.
No. And then he sides with Sam.
Oh, no.
Yes. Alex,
That's presentism. You're just trying to remember what's recently happened. Come on.
What is presentism?
The preference towards the present.
Yo, guys, I told you this guy was smart. Hey, presentism. You just think it's when your stepdad forgot to get you a Christmas present.
I forgot to be present.
Wow.
Alex,
So, some jarring transitions here. You'd swear we just met. Do you remember the first time we did meet?
Oh, yeah. English honors. A wonderful time.
English, but when,
Pre-COVID.
life was good. But the first time we really did meet, and I mean,
Yeah, hung out. Yeah,
hung out, was on a date.
yeah I took him on a date.
Wild times.
Unbeknownst to him.
Alex did the kind of, you want to get some drinks after class, that I was like, oh, that'll be so cool. Tons of people will be there. And then it was just Alex.
Yeah, and some candlelight.
it's cool. It's casual.
Actually, one of the best dates I've been on.
Yeah, because I listen.
Exactly. And I talk. Fire and ice,
boy,
baby.
do you.
Is this a thing? Okay.
Awkward, like gay relationship should be.
Exactly. A classic will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Chloe,
Or they wear the same outfit, probably.
Hi. Yeah. Chloe constantly rocking up to the apartment. Is Samuel gay now? Has Alex's dark sorcery finally flipped him? What's it called? Flipping a hetero.
Really?
Isn't that just the most delicious soundbite you've ever heard? Hey, have you flipped a hetero before? Have you flipped
Not
a
that
hetero?
I know of, no.
Okay. You have ended relationships, but we won't
Yeah, I know
we won't touch on that. So you are bisexual. Does it ever get tiring?
Tiring being bisexual.
I mean, because there's more options, so you're more aroused.
Samuel.
I read a book on this.
What was the book called?
Living with Bi's. Let bygones be. No, I'm only teasing. I just obviously it's a bit of a grappie, net a grappie. Take it easy, everyone. No, I mean, is it not just tiring? All these options, because you're attracted to men, you're attracted to women, you're on Tinder, you're on Grindr. It's a lot of admin.
Yeah, men are admin. Men are exhausting. That's why I don't turn men on Tinder. Well, when I do, then I get bombarded by Johan and John from Paro.
Is it almost like exclusively Afrikaans men that blow up your dating apps?
Is that the same on Grindr? Is it also, or is it just
Grindr's
everyone?
For everyone who's around you, so it's your circle.
Literally 300 meters away.
Yeah, no, Grindr's like Netflix. Too many options. And they're all kind of slightly a little bit disgusting.
Do you know what I saw? So they did
You heard it here first, Grindr.
They did a Grindr Unwrapped. You know, like Spotify Unwrapped? And they found that, so it looks at sex-related statistics, and apparently South Africa...
Say sex-related statistics 3 times fast.
Sex-related statistics, sex-related statistics, sex-related statistics.
I don't think you got it once.
Okay.
Society.
Fish wash. South Africa has one of the highest percentages of bottoms.
Wow.
That was actually in their statistic. Would you agree with that?
Yep. Mm-hmm. What's the scale? Who's the country with the lowest?
I don't know. I just know South Africa was in the
For our more
top.
conservative friends, Chloe, what is a bottom? And not your gluteus maximus.
Is it the person who receives? I'm pretty sure. Yes.
I think that's
the
the
catcher.
most.
In the rye.
So when Doja Cat says that's my bottom bitch, that's what she means.
Who's to say what she means?
That is true. She's an artist just like us. And we appreciate you so much for watching KETS, listening to KETS, watching us create art on a daily basis. Chloe thinks it's more of a chore. Me, I am like Pablo Picasso.
Ragingly sexist.
Was Pablo Picasso a sexist?
pretty bad. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Pretty sure he beat his wives,
Oh, wow.
and had many affairs.
Okay, wow.
Oh.
Jeez, Alex, way to bring the mood of the podcast down.
But
Wow.
what really interested me, just going back to the Grindr story, is that you can pick your preferred position, right? Do you think Tinder should do this or not?
Yeah, there's lots of things Grindr does that Tinder just shouldn't do.
Oh, shouldn't do.
No. I don't want to see somebody who's 20 meters away. Thank you.
That's fair.
True. It's a
What
bit
do you mean
scary.
pick your position? Like you can pick your sexual position?
You can say, I prefer top or bottom. That's how they get the statistics.
Oh, but hetero relationships aren't like that.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. You know, you put in a bit of work on the top as a man and then you rest. That's if you can make it past the 30-second mark.
For gay guys on Tinder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Get with it.
You can put whatever you
anyways.
want in your bio, I guess. But Grindr's like, it has like a stat sheet.
Yeah.
So it's like your height, your weight.
No.
Your height, your weight, your tribe.
Your tribe?
Yeah, bear, otter, etc.
Alex called me an otter the other day because I'm tall and hairy or skinny and hairy.
Skinny and hairy, yeah.
Fuck
That's
off.
probably pretty accurate.
What are you?
That's crazy.
You're a cutie. That's what you are.
Oh,
But no, the funniest Grindr story I heard in a while was from one of our other very good friends who's in the UK studying. And he's just moved in with a new roommate who is from Pakistan and is gay. And obviously had to, navigate a bit differently in Pakistan. I don't even know what the sort of rules are in Pakistan. Do you?
never been.
Yeah, but I can't imagine.
I think it's probably quite stigmatized, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's now in the UK living large. And our friend said,
Yeah, way to keep it tight. Yeah.
way to keep it super professional and anonymous. But he said the first 3 nights, he thought they were constantly just delivery guys at the house because they'd come in for
they're
half an
delivering.
hour. It was his Pakistani roommate matching with guys on Grindr, doing the deed, and them leaving within a half an hour time period. So that is just wild stuff.
That is efficiency.
And more power to you.
No, 100%.
I'm just too tired to do that.
Even-
Imagine having 3 men on the same night and then I mean, surely feelings get hurt as well.
Are there no feelings?
I
on
don't think you
Grindr?
can develop feelings in 30 minutes.
Oh my word. But speaking of Pakistan, and to get away from Grindr and all this chit chat, check us out. We also sometimes podcast on Grindr. Link in Tinder bio. Pakistan and cricket. A fascinating thing about Alex is he hates sports with a passion, like most intellectual people do. And
Like most gay people.
like most gay, damn it, that was it. But I felt a bit, bit ottery,
Weird, yeah.
a bit ottery saying that. But Alex and Chloe knows this, would never watch sports. I'd say, hey, buddy, hey, Bucko, my boy, come, let's watch some cricket. He'd be like, no thanks, toodles. But now he's got a girlfriend who's obsessed with cricket, and he has now become an avid fan. Chloe, I guess the lead up to this long introduction is, what's the biggest thing you've ever done for a significant other?
Besides wear the woolly top.
That's a good one, Alex. I don't know. What's the biggest
Don't
thing
be
I have done?
condescending when he cracks a joke, okay?
That's a good one.
Just laugh.
I did.
That's a good one, Chloe. Chloe's so cute.
I don't know.
I'm asking
What is
you,
the
I don't know
biggest
your
thing I've done?
relationships.
I don't know your relationships is in a relationship with me.
The funny thing about
Should I
Chloe
moderate this?
is if it's not on the laptop and or a talking point, she panics like a mofo.
No, it's true, but I can't think on the spot. I really struggle thinking on the spot.
Okay. The
What's the
wildest thing I've ever done.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Like really carrying the show here. Is that I was vegan for 2 months. Yeah, I became vegan for my ex-girlfriend. I think she still is, and good on her. But wow, that was terrible. And I remember eating a chocolate bar or like an energy bar, and it had milk in it or something like that. Yo, she was angry. It was not. We had some tough times, but mostly good times. But also some.
Well,
tough
not
times.
mostly good. Your ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah. More
More than tip the scales a little bit.
Do you believe in love?
Challenging question. For context for the viewer
Or listener?
or listener,
We love you both.
Hopefully viewers.
Yeah, one of my main academic interests is love poetry.
Oh, what?
Really? Yeah. Whoa.
I wasn't teeing that up. That's crazy.
So, with that in mind, probably not. Lots of manipulative poetry out there.
Wow.
That was an answer I didn't expect.
I'd also think the person who's involved in love poetry would believe in love. Or is it just a chemical reaction? Raging libidos.
Well, there's a spiritual element here. Come on.
That's true.
Yeah. But desire and love, same thing.
Okay, fair. And what are the different types of love then that you've come across?
I'm not a pop psychologist. I'm not going to say it.
You see, this is the catty behavior I was talking about. Trying to get him to speak about love. But you're also tutoring at UCT, so you see a lot of students' poetry.
Alex sees the good and the bad, and he shared some of the bad. We won't share it with you because it's confidential, but...
It's not confidential when the camera's off.
So yeah, come to our house if you want to hear it.
I'm 20 minutes away.
What do you love the most about poetry?
Well, one definition that Ron Silliman, who's an American avant-garde poet, suggests for what a poem is. He says that a poem is a text that comes with its own definition of reading. So when you read a novel, you read all novels the same way. But when you read a poem, every poem demands you read it differently.
I think that was the most intellectual thing said on this podcast. Chloe, anything about bums or
Thoughts?
Wow.
No, Sam once said that you say that...
Quote me.
Sam was telling me that you've likened poetry to coding.
Computers.
Yeah, in the contemporary space, yeah. Kenneth Goldsmith, another American poet,
Yes.
somewhat avant-garde, yes.
Yes.
Says writing's now more akin to just arranging content.
Numbers,
Just
letters.
like code, yeah, exactly.
It's art, like
Yeah.
this podcast.
This podcast is truly a work of art. But no, I love what you've said there. In terms of poetry, I feel it's very niche, and I don't know how much it connects with the everyday South African. I know just in public school, Afrikaans and poetry were wildly hated. I tended to be a fan of it because, you know, William Shakespeare, Bill the Bard, he was a mischievous character who loved incorporating mistaken identity.
He also had a character called Bottom. So,
given those facts, or as Peach van Pletzen calls them, feite, that's Afrikaans.
face 8.
Do you think the LGBTQ community would welcome Shakespeare's playfulness when it comes to identity, or would he probably be cancelled?
Well, considering that he was bisexual.
But here's my next follow-up question. How do we know Shakespeare was bisexual?
The many, many sonnets to the young man and to the dark lady.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Sam, you did an English degree.
I did an English degree. I kind of just got a few like quotes to like say on a date, and the girl's like, wow. Wow. But why are we at Hudson's? This would be so romantic if we
Hudson's
weren't.
is Shakespearean.
It is. It's like a tavern.
A tragedy, some might call it.
A playful tragedy. But no, Shakespeare. Chloe, do you like Shakespeare?
I actually share a birthday with Shakespeare.
When is... Oh, we got into...
When is your birthday? Sam doesn't know when my birthday is.
So here's a question to you guys. Should your significant other know the exact date you were born, or kind of know a few loose dates where you may have been born, or be in the region? Because I've been in the region. I think it's a bit much to demand me to know when your birthday is.
But good name is ex-girlfriend's birthday, so I don't know about that.
Some would say your first love is more important. Okay, talking
Okay,
points,
moving on.
All right.
I'll mediate this
Anyways,
later.
talking about art, poetry, you've got a tattoo of Woody.
Woody from Toy Story.
Where is it?
Where?
There we go. I don't know if that's in the shot.
You're basking in
There
your
you go,
sweaty
it's
pants.
What
Beautiful.
What character would you be from Toy Story?
Oh, the green dinosaur. I don't know what his name is. But yeah.
To his face. What is his face?
I don't know what his face is.
He's Rex. His name's
It's Rex.
Yeah.
Rex, yeah.
Yeah, T-Rex Rex. Chloe, what character would you be from Toy Story?
I think that Mrs. Potato. Yeah.
No ways.
It'd be
are
fun.
Bo
Imagine
Peep.
being able to take your...
Bo Peep. Yeah, you're Bo Peep.
Oh, I just want to be able to take my extremities off. It'd be
What?
fun.
Dig into that.
Jeez, that's a bit much, Chloe. We'll drop a hotline. No, too serious. What Toy Story character do you think I would be?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz, yeah.
Because he's just essentially a disillusioned
Yeah.
white male.
He's got a lot of hope.
Yeah, he does.
That is probably, it's like my favorite scene in the whole Toy Story. How many are there? 4?
Like
4.
infinite at this point. I don't know.
To
To
infinity.
infinity.
Hey-o. That one was for the straights. The straights that watch this podcast. No, my absolute favorite scene is when the cowboy, cheapers, this is bad. Woody, aka Tom Hanks, aka what's wrong with his son, Chet Hanks. It's a weird guy. Anyway,
His name's Chet.
Exactly. Set up for massive failure in life there, Chet Hanks. But anyway, Woody is shaking Buzz and explaining to him that he's a toy. And I was like, if that isn't life, we're all toys.
And someone's playing with us.
Leo Tolstoy, you're a fan of his work?
Are we living in a simulation?
Sounds like toy, I guess.
Sounds like toy. Let's talk about Russian authors.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, let's not. Back to you, Clodog.
Sam also thought that because Alex got a matching tattoo with his sister and she got
Jessie,
yes. And Sam thought that Jessie and Woody were love interests. So
I made so many incest jokes, and he'd look at me and he was like, it's because they're like more like a brother and sister vibe.
No,
aren't
Yeah, they are. They're
Jessie's
brothers and
with
sisters,
Buzz.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Little
do I
Bo
get
Peep
that?
is with Woody.
Them cowgirl cheeks, me and Jessie. Ugh.
Oh, see, Sam.
Chloe, would you ever get a tattoo?
No, I think I'm too indecisive. I wanted to at one point do a pine tree on the bottom of my foot. I was going to do it myself, stick and poke it.
How old were you when you wanted to get a pine tree on your foot?
17. I was actually going to do it with my boyfriend at the time. He thought it was so cool. I'm so glad we didn't. But I think that's my case in point. I change my mind too often.
For context for the show, do you think people can see that my tattoo now?
A bit higher up, I think, yeah.
I hope
There
you
you
guys
go.
can see it. It's what we do at the end of every episode. It's love.
Chookies.
Because to love love and to love poetry is something else. We're kind of moving into a more normal life again. COVID is calming down. The segues are becoming less violent. And what I always like asking people about is like, how scared were they on like a ratio of 1 to hazmat suit when lockdown started and like we were just starting to like, how neurotic were you?
Oh, I was wiping down the 2-minute noodles when I bought them from Checkers.
Oh, 100%.
Just washing all the groceries.
We were doing that like 6 months on. No, I think we all have a tendency for neuracy.
Neuroticism. I think you mean neuracy.
Neuracy, visual literacy? No, I remember like spraying detergents on an apple and being like, yeah, this is actually healthier. Yeah, this is less dangerous than getting COVID. Ingesting
Tastes
poison.
like Omo.
Exactly. But my absolute favorite moments in lockdowns were dads running 5Ks in their gardens. And dads listening, you know who you were. And like running through the house as part of the route and just like getting absolutely fed up. And I don't know, I love dads. And speaking of dads, what's your relationship with your dad like?
Oh, that's a bit deep. Jeez.
Why?
What's your relationship with your dad like? Do you feel No, Alex, I'm going to stick with it. We're going to power through this. Do you feel your dad understands you?
On a very deep level, I suppose, yes.
Okay.
But it's mostly unsolicited opinions about China and some other comments about our house.
What a lovely soundbite. Chloe, do you think your dad understands you?
My relationship with my dad is beautiful. I love my dad so much.
Chloe sometimes calls me dad, but not daddy, dad.
No, it's when...
It's disgusting.
It's when my dad's in the room and...
Which one?
So my dad, and then you know when you're trying to address someone but you say someone else's name. It's very innocent, but it does make stuff very awkward.
Okay, moving on to our harder hitting questions.
Ooh.
Alex, how would you explain poetry to a Syrian refugee?
Samuel. Why?
Someone commented that. They said, ask the questions.
Ooh.
Sam on his burner account, yeah.
Would you like to attempt to answer the question?
I think not.
Okay, fair enough. I think we're going to see a lovely new sort of... What's a famous war poet that everyone studied in school?
Owen?
Wilfred Owen. I think there are a couple of Wilfred Owens that are going to be coming out of Syria. War poetry.
Possibly. How would you describe poetry to a deaf person?
Ooh. Sort of like, you know, when you feel a sound, like when you...
Oh, like the vibration.
The vibrations, yeah. Sort of like that, I guess.
So would you just like...
Very quite subtle vibrations, yeah.
Shake them.
Sure, yeah.
In the tempo of the poem.
Where has this podcast gone off to? I suppose I started the rot. I am what
you are the source of the rot.
Where would you... We're going to stick with poetry for a bit. Where would you rate William Shakespeare?
Solid 4. Fourth.
Fourth.
Oh, fourth or 4 out of 10?
Fourth. Oh, out of 10? 7.5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Respectable, but overrated. Just to foreshadow what's...
Overrated as fuck.
Okay, so do you guys know what Shakespeare said on his deathbed? Famous quote.
I'm outie. I don't know.
Sorry, Shakespeare. Chloe ruined that joke because she came with a pop reference and I was going to say YOLO, but even though we tried to discuss things beforehand, she can't help stealing punchlines she hasn't written.
Very Shakespearean.
Exactly that. Constipation is one hell of a drug.
Yeah, well, fisherman's friend.
Oh, I'll take another.
If you consume too much of this, it's a laxative.
Ooh. The more you know, the less you know.
The more you eat, the more you poop.
How would you if you're in high school listening to this podcast, what's some advice to get to grips with Shakespeare or poetry in general? Because you're going to have to do it at school.
Just answer the questions. Listen, school, they're just there to teach you what happens. Move on so you can get to university and then study some real poetry.
And then become unemployed, move in with Samuel and... Well, I mean, you are employed.
Sorry, become an erotica reader for a living.
Exactly.
Speaking of making a living, which I don't, you pay taxes, or at least you flirt with the idea of paying taxes.
I consider it, but then I see a 15 million rand stadium and then decide they can wait a couple months.
Exactly. But how do you think, because this is one of your other passions, cryptocurrency, how do you think, or
It's my straight side, yeah.
how is cryptocurrency currently being taxed in South Africa, and why does it make 0 sense?
Well, it makes lots of sense, actually. There's clarity, thank you. Thank you, government.
Okay.
It's just an asset that you acquire and then dispose of.
But you get taxed on it.
Yeah, when you liquidate it, yeah.
Okay. As I've discussed before, the only tax I know anything about is VAT. And even that's a lot to pay.
Talking about taxes is so depressing. No, honestly. I remember we had a dinner, I think it was probably 2 months ago, the three of us. And then I just brought up taxes. I've never even had to think about paying taxes yet. And then Sam and Alex just started talking about the high unemployment rates. And I'm still in university, searching for jobs outside of university. They almost made me cry. It's
one of our favorite pastimes in the flat here. Who can make Chloe cry? But taxation, free money, whatever. You know what isn't free?
Us. Oh.
Oh, okay. Netflix. And in South Africa, we are experiencing our first Netflix price hike. The good news, still cheaper than petrol. The bad news, Netflix and chill may be a thing of the past. What you guys think of SABC 3 and Play With Me? Any takers?
That is
art.
art.
I don't think it's going to catch on Grindr.
No, a little bit disgusting, but
Issy Dingo and See My Dingo.
it would be for free. Netflix. How much is Netflix a month
Seven
now?
Delan and Tutti Slow.
No.
If you're an Afrikaans viewer, I truly apologize for that. The words just don't mean the same to an English speaker. Isn't language bizarre like that?
Wow, very nice segue.
Jeez, I'm crying. That was hilarious.
Chloe, you need to work on your words. Did you hear that I'd love to edit this later, because all I heard now in the live recording. So I'd love to hear what it sounds like.
Oh my goodness. I never really watched SABC, but what was your guys' favorite SABC shows?
Oh, Dragon Ball Z. There's nothing better. Going to your friend's house at 4:30 trying to catch Dragon Ball Z.
No. Dragon Ball Z and...
ETV after midnight.
I was going to say Dragon Ball Z and Play With the Refugee.
What?
Yours was better. Anyway, moving on from these atrocious sex jokes, because there's a guy whose sole TikTok account is linked to making these sort of references. It's very funny, and as you can tell, I watched a lot of them.
The Ukwe thing.
No, Alex, that's private.
Okay.
That's completely private. So, what was your favorite SABC show, or you didn't watch at all?
No, I didn't watch it all.
You didn't watch Seven Delan? You didn't watch Issy Dingo?
No.
Nothing?
No, I just had DSTV. Sort of vibes.
I had DSTV too, but I still watch Dragon Ball Z.
And I bought my tops from Woolies, so I am the stereotype.
Let's be honest. If you took Super Sport away from DSTV, it'd be like taking me off this podcast.
A better experience.
Probably.
Shots fired.
Almost undoubtedly. Yeah, that was sort of stealing my punchline joke. And I don't want to marry you anymore, and I don't want a child with you anymore.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's right. Do you like children? Would you have children in the foreseeable future?
I like some children, but as a concept, no, not really. They're dirty.
As a concept.
Having this creature that you have to feed in the morning.
Alex, it's
That's
not
yourself as well. You also wake up.
Yeah.
It's not a baby born. It's not
Might
a
as
doll.
well be.
What I don't get
You can
about...
take the batteries out of a baby board.
You weren't there for that? I don't know.
I honestly thought you guys were saying baby born, like Jason Bourne. I was like, have I not watched the
Board
Bourne?
conspiracy.
I was very confused. Sorry. I need to maybe get on some concentration, Pulakis. Ritalin, have you ever abused it before?
Nope, can't say I have.
Have you abused Ritalin, Chloe?
No.
Ritalin is our generation's current scourge.
I don't know what the word scourge means.
It's our opioid crisis.
Okay.
Especially amongst students. They just love to take Ritalin to study. Doesn't help. I tried it once. I just became super focused on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, no, not good. And because I was also on epileptic medication, apparently I'm not supposed to be on that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe no one commented on what I said on Monday. I called myself the epileptic enigma, and that didn't ruffle any feathers. So
I think people are just used to it at this point.
I'd love to get a t-shirt that said, that would be my best
merch.
My best merch, the epileptic enigma. Imagine walking around in public with a shirt, the epileptic enigma. Well, you can request to order one.
Merch coming soon. Alex, are you ready for some toast trivia?
Okay.
We're bringing it back. So, because you are a PhD mind, we've got some pretty advanced ones. Sam's going to ask them to you. You can do your best to answer, all right?
Fuck, I never got any slices in Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit is the hardest fucking game
It's
ever.
so fucking
Everyone's like, hey, let's do general knowledge. Like, when did Prince Philip take his shit? In the morning?
When John F. Kennedy was shot, what did he have for breakfast?
It's impossible, that game.
My grandparents are amazing at Trivial Pursuit. Maybe it's generational.
I think it is generational.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Some toast trivia. In Swedish, what's his entrance and driveway, respectively?
Multiple choice or?
No, I need an answer, please.
I have no idea.
Brace yourself. Infart and upfart.
Which
makes
should have
sense.
known the quizmaster.
Which are very painful farts.
Okay, this one I'm not going to get an answer from you. I don't need an answer. I just want you to hear this question. According to Russian law, a homeless person must be where after 10 p.m.? At home. Putin and all these funny, jokey laws. Wow, that seems like a direct attack on the homeless.
As most Russian laws tend to be a direct attack on someone.
Yeah. Putin and the DA.
I was going to say the DA,
Not a fan of the homeless.
Yikes.
Although, to add some, a little scandal to this sort of debate, I think it's very easy to be like hypothetical about these things and be like, oh, of course, communism and the homeless, they're the best. And that was a direct camera eye take to the one homeless guy on Clove Street, who I call the Big White.
Big podcast watcher.
And he terrifies me, and he's tried to assault me on numerous occasions. He is my biggest enemy. He's my arch nemesis, except he doesn't know it because he terrorizes everyone.
The Zerg to your buzz.
Exactly. I was making some convoluted points about homelessness, but let's move past
All
it.
right.
On average, what is a thing that Americans do 22 times in a day?
Check Instagram.
That is a good answer.
Good answer, but open the fridge.
Even me.
I know, we're not going to body shame because Chloe's done enough of that with Uncle Cyril. That's actually a joke. I made the joke. I made the fat joke. And then Chloe, for some reason, is getting ragged for it. I love democracy. Here's another fun one. Where do kiwi fruits originally come from?
Hawaii. New Zealand.
You would think New Zealand because kiwis, bada bada ba, bada bing, showbiz. They come from China, like COVID.
Oh, really?
Like COVID.
It's been proven. It's almost a fact. That's the type of world we live in. It's almost a fact. We need a bit more stimuli.
It's
No.
Octopus or octopi?
Octopi.
Okay.
both. Singular
yeah.
octopus, multiple occupy.
Remember when everyone wasn't going to eat calamari anymore because of my octopus teacher?
Me a couple weeks later.
That is so tasty.
Tasty.
This one's for you, Chloe. It's about politics. Who said, I'm the president of the United States and I'm going to eat more broccoli? Excuse me. And I'm not going to eat more broccoli. Misquote.
Trump.
George W. Bush. And it shows.
Same WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Same WhatsApp group. Probably more racist. And that's saying a lot.
Wait, he actually said that?
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
Yeah, he
God.
said he also said, I don't know why I know this, but he said at one point, I believe man and the fish can coexist peacefully.
who said that?
George Bush.
I don't know. That was like what I was like.
Gang signs.
What's the weirdest thing I could do? I don't know. Kills. That is truly terrifying. Have you ever punched someone in the face before?
Nope, never.
When was the last time you had the urge to punch someone?
Every day.
Really? Oh, yeah, that was comedy. Chloe, you ever physically assaulted someone?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know what happens when you
so.
black out, Chloe. Ooh.
It'd be terrifying if you have. And you
Sam
don't
and I
know.
do enjoy wrestling, though. No. Anyways.
No, it's genuine wrestling. And again, this might be something applicable to your everyday life. People with tempers, there's a trigger switch. And it's all fun and games, laughing, da-da-da. And as soon as you cross that line, and it's almost a look in the person's eyes, a la Oscar Pistorius. And they just go past the point of return. And Chloe, she will pull my hair, she'll bite me, and not in the fun way. She'll do anything to get me to tap, and I never tap. I haven't tapped out once.
That's also a lie.
Yeah, I know that's a lie. You tap out all the time. I hear you.
Alice can be our mediator.
I think we need to normalize tapping out as well. You can have a longer fighting career if you tap out and don't get strangled. It's also come to that time of the show where we play a little bit of overrated, underrated. And of course, like has been explained to me, overrated doesn't need any more attention. It's overplayed, really. Underrated needs more attention. With those Faitha, I will let you. It's going to be some copyright claims. Yeah. With that, Vaisate, we're going to go things, and feel free to justify your position on the matter. So, overrated, underrated. Teen pregnancy.
Overrated.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Come on, guys, do better.
Do better. Wow. Oscar Wilde?
Underrated.
Underrated, absolutely.
Interesting.
Oscar Wilde, Chloe, he will change your life.
Olivia Wilde?
Who's that?
Who's that?
God, she's a really hot actress, but anyways.
Okay. Well, Oscar Wilde was more than a hot actress.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, dancing, over or underrated?
Overrated.
Alex hates to dance. You know that one guy at the party where you yourself hate dancing, but after a few drinks you're like in a Congo line and like pointing at him to come, it'll be fun. Alex will not get up. It doesn't matter if he is also plastered, he is not leaving that chair.
I think Alex almost gets quieter as he gets more drunk. Quieter, but also sassier.
Yeah, sassier.
All right. Jack Parrow?
Oh, overrated. He's annoying as all.
We're on the same page.
I didn't expect such a hot take. I think he's quite cool.
That's just because you want him on the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Ulterior motives.
That's fair enough. And our final overrated, underrated for today, the IPL.
Oh, underrated. Oh, what a time to be. What a time. I love watching Chris Gaffney. I think that's his name, right?
The umpire.
Yeah, the umpire. Make those stern calls.
If anyone just tuned in now, which is impossible because this is pre-recorded.
It's like SABC3.
But that's how you know Alex is gay. His favorite cricketer is an umpire. Is that a slur?
It's a hate crime for sure.
You know what? Have more fun. Have more gay friends. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Download Grindr.
Yeah, genuinely on the app, looking to make new friends. Tough ask.
But
Chloe, this is our last chat with the lovely people of KETS for the week before we're back on Monday.
True. I first wanted to say thank you to Alex for coming on. It was very, very fun to have you. We love him very much. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on Monday. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I think a lot of people watch and don't subscribe.
30% of viewers.
Well, wait.
That's what the YouTube head honchos tell me. The tech
really?
guys from Silicon Valley. They say, hey, Sam, 30%.
We're almost on 1K. So hit the button, hit the notification bell. Sometimes you guys won't know when we post. And have a lovely rest of your week.
That was a lovely sign-off. Alex, it's now your turn. Do you have any parting shots before I say goodbye to you?
No, I don't. Well, I'm just going to copy whatever you say. So you need to go first.
Oh, okay. Well,
Got to keep with the theme.
Alex Was this the most enjoyable podcast I've recorded? Probably not. Was it?
Wow.
So you insult him when when at the beginning of the podcast and at the end of the podcast.
I am, of course, only teasing you. It didn't feel like a podcast because Alex and I have, after dinner, we have these like 4-hour rolling chats and like, hey, what's the time? Oh, we're going to do the dishes now. It's like 11:15 and those dishes look like a mountain. But no, it's lovely. Even just to chat, I think you've got a wonderful take on the world and you're a wonderful human being.
Aww.
Let's try push people to perusing. What's the latest novel? Where can we find it?
Oh, I'm never going to let you know where to find it. You need to go investigate those dark corners for yourself.
He's one of the best book promoters in the game. He's like, do all the work. But no,
Yep.
and he's not on social media properly because he's intelligent. I don't think any of us should be on social media. Having said that, like, subscribe, follow all our
Yeah, of
socials,
course.
and rate the podcast. That's the last thing I want to say. You rate the podcast, we will read it out, especially if it's funny.
Yes.
And that's on Apple Podcasts. Wonderful scenes. Goodbye, Alex.
Bye.
I'll see you in the kitchen.
And this is what we do when we end
What
off.
I did? Hang on.
Look at the tattoo for frame of points of reference.
Okay, other way around. Yeah, that's fine.
There we go. And say bye.
Bye.
Bye.